Dear Journal, Cal gave me this cool feather from the owlbear that I can stick into a bottle of inky black stuff to write with. She said it replaces my crayons for something she called journaling and told me that I should write down my thoughts, so I'm going to give it a try. Flapjacks, apple snacks, smash smash, are birds real? This is fun! I'm having so much fun lately. The owl bear was scary and it almost ate me, but we beat it. We also beat up that giant undead bear with religious trauma, and a boar got stuck in my new traps that I've been working on. Oh, I also got to break another bandit captain's shins. I'm 2 for 2. I wonder if I could break the Stag Lord's shins. I hope everyone else is having as much fun as I am. Everyone's really bummed after dinner tonight, but I think they're just tired. I'll have to think of a way to cheer everyone up. Note to self. Thank Calla for this idea. It is great. Second note to self. Have Calla teach me how to spell her whole name. With that final note, Gorby the Goblin looks over his first journal entry he's ever written. Filled with joy and pride at this accomplishment, he tucks it away under his pillow and goes fast to sleep. Little goblin snores can be heard gently echoing in the box at the foot of Juniper's bed.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another very horny Monday in the Stolen Lands. My name is Jonathan Kenny, your game master for the evening, and that was a journal from the entry of Gorby. I'm pretty sure that if you'd seen any of our reactions, we were all losing our shit. Fantastic. So last time on Pathfinder Kingmaker, Secrets of the Stolen Lands, after taking care of the bear with religious trauma, the party made their way down to take care of the boar, old Tusk Gutter. They laid a trap which worked fairly well, almost too well. Tusk Gutter didn't really get to do much of anything. But then the owlbear, whose tracks they noticed earlier, came in intent to steal their kill away from them. And they said, hell no, and beat the crap out of it. After that, and making a nice little owlbear pelt, the party went back to Oleg's to catch up on whatever they might have missed while they were off on this particular adventure. Along with their new companions, Tristan, Regengar, Octavia, and the trading post is getting a little crowded, and Oleg is running out of beds, but everybody's happy. Right up until someone gets a letter. Alistair's family has written back to him with interest and a bit of a warning, saying, like, are you sure the person that you met was the long-lost heir of the Regarvia family? Maybe they're just lying. Some people had a bit of a, not quite a meltdown, but a nervous panic attack. And after a long discussion with Rhea, Alistair wound up making a deal with the very dark and edgy elf from Kyonin to maybe go and take care of some political rivals. Wink, wink. Not going to say that you should murder anybody, but I'm not going to say you shouldn't. And that, I believe, is where we left off, with everybody enjoying their dinner and bedding down for the night. But
the goth mummies have just as much sway in this game as they do in real life.
They really do. It's just be politics left and right. So, is there anything you guys wanted to do before going to bed that night, or should we pick up in the morning?
Do you want to yell at me tonight or tomorrow morning?
I feel like when we left off, I said Juniper was looking out for Alistair the rest of the night and saw neither hide nor hair of him, so I assumed the morning.
Sure. Yeah, you all... It's kind of, like I said, it's getting really crowded in Oleg's trading post. So there's really no time to pull him aside in the actual sleeping quarters, so you all get some rest, wake up the next morning, and when everybody is eating breakfast, I assume Juniper is gonna grab Alistair aside before any food actually gets put on any plates.
Is he with everyone
He was sleeping in the same room as everyone.
for breakfast?
No,
I
you
mean,
tell me, Alistair.
There's like a couple picnic table things, if I remember right.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, like he sits and has dinner. He's very much not his jovial self, but like he eats food.
I'll say Juniper comes in to where everybody's eating a little later than she normally wakes up, walks up to Alistair and slaps him across the face.
Oh, okay. It's a way
Outside
to start a discussion.
now.
Juniper!
No, she's mad. She's mad. Don't move.
Revision is based on movement.
You don't move. She can't be angry at you. Alistair will follow her out.
She starts pacing around for a minute. And then kind of turns to Alistair with an angry finger. Calliope told me what was in that letter. What part of don't tell anyone did you not understand?
I trust my husband and my wife.
I am sure they're very trustworthy. I don't trust that a letter can make it there and back without somebody intercepting it, because people are looking at you because you've been seen with the runaway heir of the Sertova house.
Juniper. No one gives two shits about the fourth son of a minor house. Even if they were last seen with the daughter of the Sertova family line. No one gives a shit. And honestly, I'm also an old man. They take most of what I say with a grain of salt. I've not been seen in court for 20 years because they think I've gone insane. When your father left. So if they see that line in my letter, they're going to think that it is a madman who is overcome with grief, finding the first girl that says that she is the lost daughter of Rogovia, and latching on. They're not going to take me seriously.
We'll see about that.
You do not know me in the way that you think that you do.
Oh,
You do
I'm
not
sure I
know
don't.
the court. You think... You see the good side. You don't see the bad side that the courts have seen for the past 20 years. You don't see how far I have fallen. I am not important enough for them to care. You are safe. I swear on my life and on Aristel himself that you are safe. And if you are not, may he strike me down. I need you to trust me on this. That you are not in any danger because I said what I said.
Let's see.
I know you are scared. Okay?
What do you think is going to happen if someone sees, if someone does believe it? You're not the only one who knows. And they see the last
Who else knows?
remaining person from the Rugaria family running around with Calliope, and that's not going to make anything easier for her.
She is safe.
How do you know?
Because I insured it.
How?
After Rena left last night, I spoke to someone who will make it seem like Calliope left out of fear of her husband. You are all safe. I insure it.
You better be right.
And if I am wrong, you will have the biggest I told you so in the history of the world.
If we're still alive. I turn and leave.
I think all of your friends are just kind of like pretending they're not looking, but as soon as you walk back in, they just all turn and just like, oh, delicious porridge for breakfast.
This is really good breakfast, don't you guys think so?
Octavia just kind of like leans over and
Yes.
says, "You're trying too hard, love."
I thought I was doing a good job.
Gorby is just like dumping his food into his mouth so that way like he can't talk.
Sometimes the avoiding the elephant in the room makes a bigger deal.
Calliope,
What?
can you come here for a moment?
Okay.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
Gorby like stops
And
eating.
I just,
and he leans over
I
to
just
Rhea.
nudge her like a sibling.
Dad is angry.
Yeah.
Told you.
Gorby leans over to Rhea. Do we have to take turns being mad at each other? Who do I be mad at you? Then like you?
Nah,
yell?
it's
How are we doing
okay.
this?
It's okay, little bud. They got some news about their private business.
Mm.
So
This is why I don't have private business. I don't get mad about it.
exactly, good job. That's a great way to be.
Gorby's got the worst lore ever.
Correction, Gorby has the best.
The best lore.
Sorry, yeah, I meant like. Never mind. I
You know
fucked it up.
Alistair is just kind of outside, just kind of waiting for Calliope.
What is wrong?
Nothing is wrong.
What did I do? I didn't mean to do anything wrong.
Why do you think that when someone calls you outside for a private conversation, you've automatically done something wrong?
Isn't that how that works?
No. I simply want to A, make sure that you're okay without ears, and 2, let you know how you're going to be okay.
I hope so. And I think I am okay, but I don't think I'm okay right now.
Why are you not okay? And he kind of takes Calliope and he starts walking the trail, like nature trail walk.
Because if a civil war breaks out because I decided not to get married, what am I supposed to do? Millions are going to die because of me. Because of me.
If you keep putting the weight of the world on your shoulders, you are going to be crushed before you have the chance to flourish.
But that is a big thing.
It is.
It's not like I stole something and they lost like 20 gold in a shop or something. Like, this one's bigger than that.
Yes, and it is bigger than just you. You are not the sole reason for this. This civil war has been brewing for many years. You becoming a martyr for why it gets kicked off is not your fault. But, that being said, it will not happen.
I hope not.
If it ever comes into question why you left, I need you to tell them it is because you were afraid for your life. Please.
Even if it's not the truth?
Even if it is not the truth. Because that, right there, is going to stop a civil war. Sometimes we need to lie to protect lives.
Okay. Why is Juniper so mad at you?
Because she thinks I'm more important than I am. And she's afraid. And she has every right to be afraid.
Yeah, I think we're all a little afraid right now.
If it is found out that the daughter of the House of Rogovia is running around with the daughter of the House of Startova, that is more than enough cause for not just a civil war, but a war outright.
Well, then nobody can know that she is the daughter of House Rogovia.
All of us saying her last name wrong, it's fine.
Rogarvia.
Okay, Rogovia.
It's okay, I can't pronounce my own last name. It's fine. Correct.
Nobody needs to know. Nobody.
Which is why my incredibly smart wife and my incredibly intelligent husband made sure that I was correct in who I thought it was, to which I will reply, guaranteeing that it was not who I thought it was.
Oh, that is smart of them.
Correct. They are smarter than me, leaps and bounds. That is why I love them, because they keep me in check.
So what do we do now?
We establish a kingdom.
When does that part start? Because we've been talking about that for a couple of weeks now.
Well, first we have to clear out the area. And to clear out the area, we need to clear out the bandits.
Oh, we have to do that first? We should just hire someone to start building a castle or something.
That is not how that works, Calliope.
It's not?
No. Before you can lay claim to a land, you need to make sure that you are the governing force by force.
Oh. Okay. I thought you just put like a castle down.
No.
And if nobody else is around, you just say, "This is mine now."
That is what they want you to think. They think they want to show. They want to make you believe that being in charge is easy and bloodless. But for every single kingdom that you see, every single country that you see, there's thousands of men whose hands are drenched in blood.
It would be nice if it was men and women, but go on.
Yes, it would be nice if it were men and women. I was one of those men for your father.
Oh. Well, you told me you knew my father.
Yeah. We fought together. And, I killed many people for him.
You good?
Cork, please.
This is why I have off-topic muted.
I'm sorry, I'm clowning in the group chat.
Without at home, Cork just said he's drenched in something. Anyway.
Oh my god.
I've killed many men for your father.
Right, that
Yes. Yeah, that one. His hands are clean, and so mine are dirty. That is how kingdom... Cork, shut the fuck up. That is how kingdoms are made. You know what, Calliope? Let's go back inside and fucking finish this conversation inside around friends.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I keep getting distracted for some reason.
Yeah, same.
Go back inside. The exact same thing happens. Everybody swiftly turns away from the front door like they weren't trying to listen in. Is like, oh yes, except for Valerie, who was very pointedly not looking at the door, and eating with perfect manners.
Y'all are real shit actors.
Where's Juniper right now?
Probably sitting down next to Gorby, eating.
Okay, Calliope's gonna go sit next to her.
Aww.
Are you okay?
Oh, you know. I'll be fine.
Alistair explained to me what happened.
He seems to think it won't be a problem, but I disagree.
But sometimes don't we just have to like make ourselves believe that things will turn out okay so that we don't worry about it too much?
You're right. But first, need a minute to recap before I get to the next step, so.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you if you're okay. I will stop talking to you now.
No, you don't. Please don't stop talking to me.
Oh, okay. Well, we can keep talking if you want. I taught Pants this trick. And then she throws a piece of food up, and then Pants goes through the food, and it makes it all wet. Isn't that cool?
That is certainly a trick. It's
like a wet piece of bread falls out. And just like on the...
It would help if you were trying to eat like hardtack or something. Make it softer.
Yeah. Or like...
rehydrate
I don't know. I wonder if you can put water into something you're cooking? Is that sanitary?
That is how cooking works.
No, I know that's... Alistair, I know that's how cooking works. I'm saying... Never mind.
Yeah, you know exactly how cooking works. You can cook like 3 things.
Yeah, 3! It's exciting!
3 whole things.
Everybody start somewhere. You're doing great.
So...
You're doing great, hon.
No.
Eggs, toast, and bacon are 3 things.
We killed a boar.
Right.
So, anybody want to go on a little bit of a hunt this morning?
What are we looking
Another
for?
What are we hunting now? I
mean,
feel if we hunt too many more animals, someone's gonna get mad at us.
Not the animals, honey. I meant the bandits. I was trying to be clever about it.
Oh! Let's do that.
Oh, what about Falgrim Sneeg?
That's
Hell What was that?
Bless you.
Funny name.
Shut up.
What about that man?
I don't know who
What
that is.
about him?
What do you mean, what about him?
Well, he's a
It's a
bandit
quest.
as well, isn't he? Maybe if we find the rest of the bandits, we'll find him.
But he's in Greenbelt, I believe.
Love Greenbelt this time of year. Real nice.
Oh man.
Maybe you'll find him on the way.
Maybe we'll find him on the way.
Falcon sneak.
I don't know
The
where I
friends
heard
we
that.
made along the way.
What else is on our plate?
Well, I've got
Gesundheit,
bacon and
Southworm.
eggs. Oh, we're not. Okay.
It's a turn of phrase.
Oh, sorry.
Oleg wanted a trophy.
Yeah, he wants a Southworm.
Katzelworm.
What?
Nico.
on?
What is up with your
Having a
your
stroke.
language today?
Unhinged today.
I think they've just got
You've
a
gone
bad
full
case of
Bravoy.
You know, on our quest log, it still says the kobolds are wanted, but I think we already took care of those.
I can't.
We have a quest log?
We do have a quest log. I can't. check
that's
it.
what I'm looking at.
What do you think is that journal Alistair's been writing in us for?
Oh,
The
So-
DM left.
I've only mentioned it 3 different times.
No,
I was talking in game. You.
we got another.
I know where our quest log is.
We got another quest dealing with the kobolds, like because after we came back and dropped off the ring, and
oh.
You
couple
just
other
haven't like
things.
told them, hey, we've taken care of the kobolds. They're not going to attack anyone anymore.
Hey,
Oh,
we
yeah,
took care of the
yeah.
kobolds.
Hey, what do we talk to you about the kobolds?
The poor guard just looks over like halfway through his grits and just like, oh, but that's good. I'll put in word with the.
Chew
I'll
your
put in the word
food.
with the sword lords for you. You interrupted me while I was eating.
You could have waited.
You caught me by surprise. Listen, it's not important. I'll put in the word. You're sure they're taken care of?
they are adorable.
Well, yeah. Don't we look like really tough adventurers that could take care of anyone?
I will say they are taken care of, and one bit of information that I feel like should get out is the fact that what the fuck is his name?
Tartuccio.
Tartuccio. Tartuccio was
Yeah.
kind of like was pretending to be a
mystic.
The word's not Padawan. Yes, correct. A mystic.
What is a Padawan?
I don't
So-
know. It is a word.
So you're saying that the aggression from the kobolds was from an outside source and not
Yes.
them. All right.
Yes, and you should not assume that just because they're kobolds that they are aggressive swords.
They're very sweet.
But it's a
Please
backward
don't
way of
hurt
Weren't
them.
thinking.
assuming anything. They were attacking trade caravans.
Well, you know what? Touche.
But if you say that you have pacified them and they will be no more threat to passing trade caravans, then you are due your reward. And
How do you feel about pranks, though?
I would prefer them not to be played on me.
Understood. But hypothetically.
I would prefer they not be played on me.
Understood.
Another 30 XP for that, and I'll add 40 gold to the stack.
So-
Right, I took that.
To Rhea's point, we should set out looking for Falgrim, perhaps?
That's as good of a plan as any.
I thought we were gonna save the green little.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
right. I think we can't really find our way to her just yet. Because we tried going into the mist, the
You have-
fog. What?
There's something preventing you from going through the mist to the
I think
Stag
the-
Lord's camp.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I think the
sad.
cabin in the woods with the green lady is the thing that's
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Do we know whereabouts that is, or we just have heard of a cabin?
It was somewhere to the northwest of the Stag Lord's fort. Somewhere in this area.
Is that by chance nearby Greenbelt?
We just really wanted to turn in all of our stuff. 'Cause we
Yeah.
had
And
the radishes and the
actually one of the bandits, Cressel, she mentioned that it was about like 20 miles due west of the Fangberry thicket, so you know that it's in this area.
Okay.
And that would hopefully be the last thing you need to do before you are allowed to fight the Stag Lord, because you don't want to go fight him at level 2.
Go break his shins.
Well,
We'll get you some
alright,
more
so I
sheets.
guess...
Added to my collection.
Well, so I guess
Your
what we are
shins will
doing...
make a fine addition to my collection.
Oh my god.
Where are you keeping those bones?
I'm not taking the bones. It's like a mental collection.
Oh,
an
like a
achievement
tally.
list. Yeah.
Okay, that scares me much less.
There's like a
All
little
right.
leg on his like etched into his warhammer, and there's just 2 notches next to it.
I'm so proud.
I think so your other buddies have been like scouting about and let me roll and see if they have any information about anywhere else of interest.
Well, with an 8, I don't know.
Probably not. Yeah. I don't think they've gone to anywhere that you haven't been at this point, so they don't have any extra information for you.
They're
Do
having
we
such a
want-
nice, peaceful time exploring because we've just been dealing with everything else.
They walk through the forest and like, wow, there's like the remnants of a giant boar here. That's crazy. I'm glad we didn't have to fight it.
Mash cut to us all beat to shit.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, for our plan moving forward, do we want to finish completing all of the side quests before we go ahead and take on the main quest line, which is going into the cabin in the woods? Or do we want to go to the cabin in the woods, and then if we happen to stumble upon the other side quest while we do it, then we'll hit them up then?
I vote that one.
Yeah, I vote go on the main.
Okay.
Yeah, Falgrim and Davik, they're both kind of tied to the Stag Lord anyway. The only one that's slightly off is Oleg's trophy, and that one isn't... You don't even really have an idea where you can find any tassel worms yet, so you might stumble across them on the way.
Okay. Then...
Stag Lord.
Alright. Then you make your preparations in the morning, a nice sunny day ahead of you, and take off from Oleg's with a wave to all of your friends. Very crowded trading post.
Hey, do we
Oh,
notice?
Juniper.
Oh.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go
Already
ahead.
doing bad. Do we notice that Jaethal isn't there with everybody?
Oh, easily, yeah. I mean, she's always been kind of like in the shadows to begin with, but if Juniper was looking or anybody else, they would see that she's not there.
Noted for now. Not gonna say anything.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Alistair?
Do you have extra beds in your house?
In my house? Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I have a bed, and Gorby's, got, like, a hammock situation.
He has like a dog bed at the foot.
Well, that's a hammock. I have a hammock in the rafters. I have a nice view through this tiny window.
Who's it for?
Dark bed.
I feel like if we have anyone else come here, Oleg won't have any room.
Oh, I mean, I guess.
Oh, that. Let's just send the bandit captain that would break their shins back to our house. That's such a great idea.
I'd prefer someone who's good with plants, so my garden doesn't die.
Good. I thought we sent the 2 people you made a lot of noise with to Juniper's house.
Gorby's
What?
doing some
Wait,
stuff.
what does that mean? Is that the same thing? Is that... Wait.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I haven't been thinking about it.
Alistair is beat red.
I just wonder... That is the same thing that Alistair did,
Yeah,
right?
didn't we send them
Yeah, you did.
back to Juniper's house?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Juniper had
Like,
Courtney had a whole thing where she was like,
Yeah.
"Can you take care of plants?"
I had them at the trading post just so that you could interact with them. But yeah, they'll go to Juniper's place to take
Okay.
care of the
There we
plants.
go. One extra bed. They sleep together. One extra bed.
Yep.
And there was only one bed.
And there was only one bed.
Oh my god, there was only one bed.
Alistair, after
thought there was
Gorby
one.
says that, is pointedly not looking at Calliope.
So you take off.
She's just looking there confused. Sorry.
Of course she
Aw.
is. We know. We've been new.
Also, real quick, what are the tassel worms? Is that that's not the weird tiger thingies we fought, right?
It's a fucking
No,
thing.
those are thylacines.
Okay, cool. I just
You
wanted to
could-
double check.
You could make an Arcana check to see if you know what tatzelworms are.
I was asking because Gorby had specifically taken the one that they killed, and I was
Right.
like, wait, hang on, did we already
No, no,
technically do this?
No, different thing.
Oh no, I'm gonna go ahead and say Gorby has no clue what that is.
Well, I mean, you've lived in the area for a while. You might know if you want to make an Arcana check.
All right, let's have Gorby make an Arcana check. This is gonna be fun. Gorby can do that, right?
Let's go, Gorby.
Let's go, Gorby. Arcana. All right, this is gonna be flat as hell. 0.
0, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah!
Tatzelworms resemble human-sized snakes with 2 arms and a dragon's head. They're distant
goodness.
relatives of true dragons. So it makes sense that Gorby would know about them because he loves dragons.
That works.
They're not true dragons though. They're closer to yes, Rhea.
They're my cousins. That's it. Continue.
No, it's fine. They're distant cousins of dragons. They're not true dragons, and they have limited sentience and sapience. You maybe might have run across 1 or 2 in your time, but they're not like pack animals. They usually are solitary or just in pairs, mating pairs.
They're really annoying in God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah. That's what you know about tatzelworms.
Fantastic.
All right.
Nick, are you telling me to throw Gray?
No, I'm telling Corp to throw for cat.
Okay,
Yeats the caddis.
over there.
Your journey to the cabin takes a couple days. 2 days to where the Thorn River Bandit camp was, and you can stay there for the night. Anything you guys want to do while you camp, or shall we just whoop
We just scoot along. We've been doing a lot of RP right now.
along? Yeah. All right. In that case, we move the calendar ahead to another sunny day. And I would like everyone to make me some perception checks.
Sure.
Perception check. Perception check.
Ray has to wake up again.
Oh, is it? It's a public roll or
Blind, yes,
private?
please.
Blind.
Okay. Hey, if anyone, if we need,
Yeah. You got there eventually. No, you just find it. Gorby, as always, the most perceptive of perceptive folk. You near dusk on this second day, heading out from the trading post, you guys are searching this area where Cressel told you was kind of off limits to the Stag Lord's bandits. I'm missing something in off topic, aren't I?
Let's just say time is being mischievous on this day.
I love time. The thing that gets Gorby's attention is the fog that has been kind of rolling around. You manage to see there's the best way I can describe it is like the Lost Woods, where there's a certain movement of the winds that makes this slight break in the fog that just seems out of place to you. Your natural sense of the wild around you.
Gorby starts kind of just following it because he gets kind of distracted by it. And, like he just so you guys just see Gorby kind of like start walking off in a slightly different direction.
Gorby,
No.
grab.
Gorb?
Can I make a contested strength check to see if I can just drag Alistair with me?
I think if yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check against Alistair's. I guess this would be fortitude save.
Is it fortitude?
Your passive fortitude would be a 17. Normally you would be strong enough, but he put you in air jail like right away. Just Gorby in air jail with one arm.
Gorby is in baby jail.
Well, no, we go that way. See, and the fog looks different. It's like really
Perfect. You
There's a
told
path.
us what we were doing rather than just doing it.
What is
We are learning.
We're learning.
Listen, Gorby, sometimes if we surprise an enemy, instead of just charging in there, we get a better fight.
I know that
Sneak
that's
up on 'em.
I didn't know it was leading to a fight. I was just like, oh, hey, that looks different. I'm gonna follow that. You know?
I know
Yeah, I
that
guess.
10 XP was to find a new area. But I like to think that we earned that 10 XP because we stopped Gorby from doing something stupid.
Yeah, that was what it was for. It's character development XP.
I go over to Calliope and I hand Gorby.
I was about to say, are you still holding on to him?
Thank you. Would you like to be let down, Gorby?
I would.
She puts him on the ground.
Thank you.
Time is just now scrambling in the direction that Gorby was about to go.
No.
Just with his little claw hands.
Time.
Just looks back at you, chirps, and just like points.
Alright, stop running ahead.
Just puts his hands on his little hips.
His little hips.
Like very clearly, like you've been with Time long enough that he's like saying, well then stop wasting my time.
He really does act like a person sometimes.
I know he does. He's
That's
really,
what I keep
he's
saying.
not a person, though.
It's going to be hard to convince me that he's not a person.
if
He's
he-
got his hands on his lips right now.
If
He starts
is-
zombie walking. Calliope.
Oh my god.
No, stop it!
Listen, if he is a person,
or do I just teach him tricks
I
at that?
did
No.
not turn him into a raccoon. If he was a raccoon who was a person, I did not do it. That is all.
Okay.
Crawls
I
up
don't know if I believe
on
that.
top of Juniper's head.
My little hat. Alright, so are we...
Do you guys follow Gorby's sense?
As
Yeah, let's follow-
Gorby is
oh.
going, he kind of falls back next to Calliope, and he just nonchalantly goes, "Oh no, she can only use her magic to turn people into one kind of animal once. Maybe she'll turn you into a deer." And then he walks faster.
I don't want to be a deer.
You'd be such a cute though.
I mean, it might be pretty relaxing to be
Oh, he's
polymorphed
just-
for like a little bit. You wouldn't
Gorby
have to
just-
think like people thoughts in capitalism.
No, I don't want to be a deer. Thank you.
You wouldn't have to worry about politics anymore.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Could you turn me into a lizard for like an hour? Maybe eventually. I like lizards.
You could sit on a rock in the sun.
I know, that feels good even now. Imagine how good it would feel if you were a lizard. What?
Maybe one day we can make it happen. I don't know that kind of magic.
That would be awesome.
While
Well,
this
we are.
discussion is happening, you walk forward and you hear a voice first. Well, actually, what you hear first is the sound of boots crunching through the undergrowth. And as you're walking, it quickly becomes apparent that it's none of your boots.
Gorby ducks down and pulls his hammer out.
Ha.
You then hear a voice, and you see in the mist this sort of outline of two humanoid figures. One younger, like a young teenager, older child, and a larger figure. You hear the younger figure say, "Father, please, I looked for the herbs you asked for. They just weren't enough to..." And then the larger figure cuts aside with, "Silence! Did you forget the rules? You speak when I say. You do as I say. Disobedience leads to punishment. And you have disobeyed twice." "But, Father, 3 times!" And then you hear the snap of a whip. And you see roots start to grow up around the younger figure and pull him like to the ground.
Shame about that. Fucking Alistair's going. He's going. That
Yeah, no,
fucking.
I'm running. None of
No,
that.
yeah,
none
we're
of that
following
shit.
him.
You
That's enough. That's enough of that.
you run up, and even as you run up, the figures just disappear back into the mist.
What the fuck? Is this, like, does the land have memories? What's happening?
Not
Say
again!
what? An illusion?
We keep walking and we enter Barovia.
It always leads back to Barovia.
We are
And
all of us
Shrek.
Danny's We're all Danny's new character.
Oh no.
Gorby would be a nightmare in
Funny about
Barovia.
that.
He would be what Barovia needed.
Huh.
Alistair's looking around.
What kind of check could I roll for that?
What are you trying to do?
Like, what
Hmm. I think Gorby is trying to figure out what he just saw. Like, what... Maybe he's trying to make sense of it, because...
You could a nature check could be useful here, or
Okay.
maybe an occultism.
Make it a
Can I
cultism check.
argue?
You can make an
I'm gonna make a
occultism.
nature check. Gorby's trying to figure out, like, what that was. Like, what's going on. You know, he was... All of his friends just got super amped up. He was about to get really amped up, and then everyone kind of, like... went and it disappeared, and he's just like... What do I do with all these emotions? What happened?
1 second. I think we need some different ambiance for this. What's going on?
What do you mean?
Nothing. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
scared.
You show me someone. You show me a family being torn apart. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Gorby and Juniper both. You've been part of the land for a while. Definitely feels like the memory of something that happened here a long time ago. Something so full of emotion that it's left an imprint. And you actually see looming out of the fog an old rundown hut.
We'll need to be very careful. That was something bad that happened a long time ago.
How long?
How old did their clothes look? Style-wise.
Not like super duper old, like you have no way of knowing how long ago it was, but neither of the figures looked familiar.
Whenever whenever it happened, it was bad enough that it left a mark that we could still see.
There's more of those then.
Oh, but the cabin is right there. Would you like some answers?
I do not think it would be smart for us to separate at all.
That's not. That's not. I said answers. What? No,
I know that. No. I know that. This is me. I know this is in general, do not separate. But this is also Gorby. We do not separate.
The cabin looks like it has one room. How separated are we gonna be?
I don't know how you're.
Into it.
I don't know how you're capable to do the things that you do, but yet you still find a way to separate at all times. So I am telling you, do not separate.
Oh, okay. He grabs your hand.
Dad mode activated.
Correct. All right, children, we're going into the house.
You all step forward lightly towards the hut. And before you even get there, there's this small, like, old stable nearby that you see the two figures again. The younger one now looks older, and you can see in his outline there is what is clearly a helmet fashioned out of the skull of a deer with the antlers still on. You hear the older figure say, "Where have you been? I told you to prepare everything for the ritual. You will never give me orders again." What? Well then! And then you see the figure with the antlers go up and just sucker punch the older figure in the stomach and fall to the ground, ripping something out of his hands. And he says, "Well then, summon your power! Or maybe you'd like to try the acid. I am not your slave any longer! Not your toy! Not your son! Enough, And he is just, like, on the ground being pummeled by the figure with the antlers. And just when it seems like he's about to rear back and make a finishing blow, he pulls back. "I won't kill you. Your powers will be of use to me. From now on, you do as I say. You speak when I say. Disobedience leads to punishment. Always!" And is torn apart by the mists again.
That bastard were still alive, I'd kill him myself.
Me very well, maybe. Maybe not here, but didn't we hear about the Stag Lord? Had like an old man he kept.
Sir is being very quiet.
I don't know. That happened a while ago. They are
Rhea
just images.
Good.
Oh, he was just reassuring Alistair. He was saying they're just images. They happened a long time ago.
Yeah. And Rhea puts a hand on his shoulder. If there's still someone out there treating people like that, we're gonna put a stop to it. Okay? That's not what family's about.
What if he deserved it?
Nobody deserves to be treated like that. No matter what they've done. Not by their family.
Let's go into the house. And I think it is time that we search.
Calliope is going to grab Juniper's hand after she sees all of that. The blood is completely drained out of her face. She's pale white, and like not responsive, and she just grabs and squeezes Juniper's hand.
Right.
She doesn't say anything.
Squeeze your hand and keep walking with you.
You walk into the old dilapidated hut, and it's clear it has been abandoned for many years. Not decades, but definitely years.
And Alistair start looking for like hidden doorways, hidden floorboards.
Yeah, go ahead and make
Anything
me
like
a secret perception check.
You'll tell me if I have to hero point it, right?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me, burp.
How fucking dare you?
I know.
And does it look
I'm-
like just like a one-room kind of situation, or
Yeah, it's very
goddamn.
simple. Like,
is there a device on a table?
That
with,
was not secret. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
Is there a device on a table with a pile of ash near it, by any chance, that I should avoid?
no.
That the rogue should avoid?
The rogue should avoid, yeah. No exploding miniature suns in here. Alistair, you look around. Most everything in here has degraded to the point of not really being of any use. You do find there is a bed that's clearly like hasn't been used in years, molded over, vines starting to like crawl back over it, nature reclaiming the land. But you take a quick look under, just because people hide stuff under beds, and there's a small chest there.
How does like walking in here make us feel? Like, is there like a weird like vibe in here, or is it just like we just walked into like an old building?
Make me another perception check, sense motive sort of
Vibe check, heard.
vibe check. Yeah, make me a vibe check. The air is thick with emotions that are not your own, and the sense of, even for you as a barbarian, you can kind of feel the scent of magic on the air. That something, whether it's because of what happened here long ago, or if there's something else going on, there is something special about this place. And not necessarily special in a good way.
Orby is going to stay on guard. Like, he's going to keep his little hammer out. And just keep being, like, very, very as aware as he can be of the place. Like, he doesn't trust it, so he's staying cautious.
Yeah, and you find a chest under the bed.
He pulls out the chest. How big is it? Like a decent sized chest, or is it like I can hold it in my
It's not super large. It's like a little bigger than a jewelry box. Like about yay big.
He walks it over to Reyna because he knows that she likes
Right.
artifacts.
What?
Who?
Is that? Come again?
Rhea, yes.
He walks it over to Rhea because she likes artifacts
Mm-hmm.
and will open it.
It is locked.
Well, I unlock it.
Okay, make a
have the
thievery check.
Power of friendship. What?
The power of friendship. It will require a thievery check from someone.
And incredible violence.
I have.
I was about to say, I can incredible violence and open it.
You could certainly incredibly violence and open too.
Hold on.
14 is not going to do it.
Oh man.
Incredible violence it is.
I mean, Someone else could try, or you could go to Incredible Violence too. That also works.
Gorby
I don't
would like
have
to try.
thievery.
Gorby would like to try a thievery check.
I
Okay.
want this to succeed.
Unless you have Thieves' Tools specifically, it's also at a -2 item bonus.
Well, that cancels out his +2 in thievery, so let's give it a shot.
Sorry.
It's okay. Do you want it to be blind or public? Or I guess
Maybe
it's public.
is
Right?
fine.
Okay.
It'll be immediately obvious if you open it or not.
Wouldn't it be funny if you rolled a nat 1?
Wouldn't it be funny if you rolled 2 nat 1s in a row?
Yeah, wouldn't that be so funny?
Hey, it's
Do
too soon.
I
That'd be
need to
so
add-
funny, guys. Oh my god.
Oh, I can. It looks like I can take my
You can put
attribute off.
-2. Yeah.
There we go. Sweet. This little thing just says off on attribute. That's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Gorby.
Corbin time.
Nope.
Oh.
Gorby tries
You gotta-
to. He's like, hang on, I got this. And he just picks like a stick up off the ground and just stabs it in there and tries to turn it like a key.
Could also hero point if you want.
No.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I'd say with the 3,
I enjoyed
you've
failing
now
that
just
one.
like gotten a stick completely jammed into the locking mechanism entirely.
Alright, incredible violence it is. I look at my plethora of weapons to use. Fucking, use a sword.
A sword.
Maybe just try to
Sword?
wedge it open. Please don't break it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use, like, the sharp point. I'm gonna try and finesse it with... I have a dagger. I'm gonna use a dagger. Incredible violence.
Make an attack with the dagger.
First, I need to equip it.
Yes.
This is me trying to open a bottle of mead without a corkscrew.
Naturally.
It didn't work. We had to go buy a corkscrew.
Here we go. Strike. +8. What is this? Thrown? I understand. Okay.
You throw the dagger at the chest.
You stab the box and then you yeet the whole thing against the wall.
Fantastic. Love it.
Oh,
19, so 27. Yeah, okay. You
Did I
wedge the
critically
dagger
succeed?
in. Yeah, it's a critical success. The DC was only 15. If you had only succeeded, you would have broken something inside, because it's not like the normal way to open a chest, but critical success, you managed to get in and just like force the mechanism apart, and then it pops open. And inside there's a book and what looks like a potion. And you can see there is what does the 2 potions actually, I think.
Well, immediately I'm giving the potions to Calliope.
do you know what they are?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is Calliope gonna know what they are?
You want me
Probably
to
not.
take a look first?
You can attempt to identify them, yeah.
Arcana? Please?
Yes, Arcana.
Hell yeah. I'm good at that one.
Knock on wood.
I'm not that good at that one. I'm gonna hero
Should we
point
roll?
it because I
Okay.
can.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's
Okay.
better.
The first one is a colorless and oddly lightweight potion that you recognize as an invisibility potion.
Ooh. That's nice.
Do you want to attempt to get the second one as well?
Oh, the second one is a different check. Okay.
Yes.
I will.
1 second. Let me just look up what the DC is for it.
Please. The DC is please.
The DC is please.
Well, hey, it's not 2 nat 1s in a row when the life is on the line, so, you know.
The other one is a cloudy white liquid, and you would recognize it as an anti-venom potion. And added them to
How about
your
you take this one, Gorby, and I give him the anti-venom.
Ooh, okay.
Or, wait, no? What are you... Calliope, what are you looking at me like that for?
No, I wasn't. It's just because Juniper's laughing.
All right. I was gonna. I mean, if you're gonna laugh, at
You
me,
were laughing. I saw.
Juniper, if you're gonna laugh at me, you don't get the invisibility potion.
Oh, I'm not laughing at you. It's carry on, please.
Alistair, the book that is in there is entitled "Of Transmutations and Bodily Poisons, Part 1."
I'm gonna open it and look through the pages, seeing if maybe there's pages ripped out, seeing if maybe someone's written in the did like Half-Blood Prince the fucking book, like
Reading
if
over his
there's a
shoulder.
secret compartment, like if
Just
you
a
open the
Horcrux.
book. Yeah.
Make a perception check.
On a book.
You look through, and you do notice that the back cover is a little thicker than the front cover, and so you kind of like get to like the back part of it, and you like kind of pry open, and there is like they cut a little slit in the cover on the inside, and you pull it open and like shake it out, and a folded up sheet of paper falls out, as well as a very flattened, some kind of token or fetish that looks like a bit of deer antler woven with some very vibrant green vine with a leaf at the end.
Does this look like a religious thing? Like, does this look like it's what is this?
You can make a religion check.
Thank you. Religion. Hero point, because I can do that.
Did you already use your hero point, or?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
The only one who's used one is Robin.
Better.
Oh wait, that was the wrong one. It's definitely magical in nature. It seems like the crux of some kind of ritual or similar artifact. If you were a betting man, which I don't think you necessarily are, but still, this might be the thing that is preventing you from passing through the fog.
He hands it to Juniper because Juniper knows more about the occult than I do.
I start turning it over in my hands. Does it look like now that we have this, maybe we can get through it? Or this is a piece of something that's preventing us from proceeding?
Make an occultism check.
Does it need to be blind?
Yes, please. Can you see the things that I sent you, Nico? That I made visible to you, or no?
Are you talking about the book that you just gave me?
The book and Nugra's old notes.
Oh,
Were we all supposed to be able to see the note? Because
I accidentally sent it to you, Max, so I just meant to send it to Nico.
Okay. I read the whole thing, but I will completely...
pretend you didn't.
I will
Forget
pretend
you
that
did.
Gorby did not know any of it.
You take a look at it, and there's definitely like magical potential in this. You think that there's like two ways you could take advantage of this. You could use it as a token to pass through the fog, or you could burn it and kill the fog indefinitely.
Relay that to everyone. Do you think we should hold on to it, or...
So holding on to it, we can get through the fog, but the fog will still be there.
Yes.
Let me roll a check to make sure, because I don't want to say so. I'm smarter than Gorby.
Is Alistair in the corner reading this, making that face?
I'm gonna say yes.
What would I roll for like a strategy check?
Strategy I feel is like society.
Yep, alright, that tracks. Alright. No +0 in that one. Okay. I feel like Gorby would put this together. If we don't destroy it, they won't know something's wrong. But if we do destroy it, they'll probably know that someone's coming for them.
You're right. So perhaps we wait, but as long as we've got it in our possession, it should be okay.
I'll tell you what we should do, though. When he looks at Alistair, he's like, we should burn this place to the ground.
Why?
A lot of bad memories here.
Start over new.
The land probably can't heal with us here.
Alistair,
That's a good sentiment.
are you okay?
I know you say that sometimes, no matter what, it's family. What the stag lord did was correct.
I believe you. But could you elaborate?
In early spring, Willow's leaves were the same color as her eyes. His too. I barely hold myself from burning them out with acid. It is his fault. Despicable, weak. If it was not for him, she would still be alive. Does not talk to me, looks away. Plans something, I know. I have to gather forest herbs and make a hiding place hide my charms. He is a coward, but he can steal and run away. I would punch it out of him. Everything hurts. I can barely walk. How could he? How? He would never bring himself to confront me on his own. He says his name is now Stag Lord. He says he will not let me die or let me go. He says I should not call him my son, like I ever did. He told me to pack my things and we are leaving soon. He now has his people and his fortress. I am hiding the charms in the herb's cache. I probably should not. I will not be able to escape. He will not let me.
What
Yeah,
do you want to do?
What the Stag Lord is doing to these people, overall, is bad. So we should destroy the Stag Lord. But if this man dies, I will not be. Do you want to burn this to the ground?
I mean, no, dude. It might be fun. I didn't suggest it for any reason.
Look at Rhea. Do you think it's the right thing to do?
I think that this place is a scar, and it's perpetuating legacy of pain. It's important to learn from the past so that you can do better, but some things, some legacies don't need to be glorified.
This is not how a father should treat their child.
That person may have been a donor, but they were never a parent. Not when they acted like that.
They blame their child for the death of a spouse.
Cowardice.
Alistair will take out his long sword and he will carve the symbol of Aristel on the ground of this cabin. Everyone, I think it is time to leave this cabin so it can be set alight.
I would love to do that for you.
We shall reconsecrate the ground with the cleansing flame.
Yep, now we're talking. Let's go.
What?
Not to be a paladin about it, but
Not to be a paladin about it. The dichotomy of man, paladin, barbarian. Let us
Both
reconsecrate this ground with flame!
Corby's goblin is showing.
he looks over at Calliope. Are you alright?
She just shakes her head.
Come here. He will pull her into a hug.
As they embrace, Rhea does a quick scan of the ground outside the cottage, making sure there's nothing that would let the fire catch and grow. And she rubs her hands together, pulls them apart as fire grows between them. She raises her arms to the building, and flame engulfs it.
Like the twig of a pyre starting a fire. One small flame very quickly catches on the dead leaves inside, and you all watch it very quickly. The flames grow and engulf the entire building. And within an hour, nothing is left but ash.
Alistair at this point has pulled everyone into a hug as they all watch the flames. You're all getting hugged, bitches.
Oh yeah.
Mime is still
Those
on
are
my
the
head
kinds
and
of
starts
kids.
crawling over everybody.
Fuck. Yes, fuck. Yes. Those are the kinds of kids.
And Pants is also just kind of like flying through everybody.
Let me do it.
little wet kisses on everyone's cheeks.
You heard of wet nose kisses. These are just wet. I don't know what I said.
Just wetness.
I think it was horny. I can't judge. I have no gauge.
It is Monday.
It is horny. It's horny Monday. As we watch the blaze, Rhea says, "Those kinds of kids, ones living in situations like that. That's why I'm out here."
Dusk is swiftly falling, and you know that you have to make camp soon for the night.
Oh, we have a bonfire.
We got this nice campfire right
We've got
here.
a nice campfire already.
Do some marshmallows.
Calliope, I think you should do the honor of putting the flames out.
Okay. She doesn't say anything. She just raises her hands.
Rather than like, you kind of shape the mist that's around you and kind of coalesce it and just bring it down on the smoldering embers of this old cottage and just set it all out, steam rising and adding to the fog. And as you make your camp for the night, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. We'll see you guys back in 10, 15 minutes.
Excellent.
And welcome back. Sorry for the extended break. We just had to level up, which is always fun and overwhelming. So, you all start to make your camp for the night here, just outside the burned down ruins of the hut. Anybody doing anything before they go to bed?
I'm looking at a sword.
I
You're looking
can't
at your
take a
sword.
familiar because it's not a general feat, so I can't have a lizard.
No, not next
I
level.
don't want a lizard. Okay.
Next level.
Okay.
Sticks and bedtime.
Sticks in bedtime. Gorby's setting up snares as usual.
I was about to say snares in bedtime.
Snares in bedtime. Who's taking first watch?
Oh shit.
You guys are out in the wild.
I'll take it.
Okay. Rhea takes first watch. You guys really jumping the gun on that full rest there. Fine.
So do you want me to roll perception?
Yes, hidden perception, please.
Don't fucking worry about it. I didn't realize we were taking watch. I thought we were just gonna skip ahead.
There's a reason for it, don't worry. Let me... Do we still want Calliope to be a special little butterfly, or shall we let someone else be a special butterfly?
No, like Calliope.
We'll let Calliope be the special butterfly, okay. Rhea, you take your watch. The mists are still very strong around this area since you kept the token. You can see occasionally things moving around in the undergrowth around, animals. No sign of any humanoids, but you notice most of them seem to be keeping a fair distance from this plot of land that you guys are on, whether it's because of the old memories that are stuck here, or fear of who used to live here, or something else, you don't know, but there is a very palpable dead zone around this area, though you can see things still through the mist occasionally. But otherwise, your watch passes fairly uneventfully.
Creepy as shit. I'll wake up Juniper.
It's never a good thing when animals avoid a place.
Yeah. Critters around here are acting mighty weird, so nothing seems to be bothering us, but I'd just be aware.
Does not surprise me.
Who are you waking up for next watch?
For Juniper.
Go ahead and make your perception check.
I thought we were. Are we doing by ourselves watches?
There's only 5 of you. In order for you guys to get a full night's rest, you don't have enough people to do double watches. Much of the same for you, Juniper. Squirrels in trees that very obviously avoid this large circle around where you guys are. Though, as the time goes on, you notice there's a couple that start to like tentative steps towards this area. But, like, we're talking, like, tentative, like, the squirrel that you were just watching takes, like, 2 steps further out onto the branch than usually, and then just, like, skitters all the way back to the trunk of the tree. You start to see some... Yeah, you see some bugs start to creep in. Throw some breadcrumbs out. You see it's doing that thing where squirrels aren't sure whether it's safe to go and grab something, just, like, dancing back and forth on the branch, just, like... Eventually just jumps down, grabs it, and runs. Hauls ass away.
Oh, alright. Okay. Time, come here and keep me company.
You just feel the little claws on your back just coming up on top of your head. You can just see like the little claws in your peripheral vision as he's just dangling on top of your head.
Amazing.
Yeah. But otherwise passes uneventfully.
I'll go wake up Corby,
Orbster.
please. Corby, didn't go chasing any squirrels.
I won't. They're too fast.
Perception check from you too.
Excellent. Blind. Correct. Excellent. Blind GM roll. Let's go.
It is the dead of the night when you take your watch. You can kind of still smell a little bit of the burnt wood from the pyre that you guys made, kind of lingering a little bit. The mist still twirling around. You can still see like that path that you followed in. There's a bit of a cold nip on the air that's you wouldn't expect this. It's still fairly early springtime, but tomorrow looks to be. You can tell just from the chill on the air that it's probably going to be a colder day tomorrow. Other than that, nothing.
Alright. Gorby's gonna check his snares, make sure they're still okay. Then he's gonna go
They
wake
all
up
look,
Alice.
yeah, they all look still solid. Nothing's trapped.
Okay. He's gonna go wake up Alistair. And he's gonna hand him like one of his little cloaks. Kind of like a blanket, I guess. For someone his size, it'd be like a fucking lap blanket, I guess.
So we'll take it.
Cold.
Get Gorby off the bed, tuck him in.
Little Gorby burrito.
Then once Gorby's asleep, Alistair is going to get on his knees. Close his eyes.
There aren't any dads here.
Shut the fuck up. Pull out
Continue.
his sword, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Max, all of you shut the fuck up. Pull out his sword, lay it on his lap, close his eyes, meditate, and try and get more of the memories, okay?
I was gonna say, saying you pull out your sword is not making it any better.
He's meditating, trying to get more of the memories of what happened here, okay? Trying to suck it out. Of the land. Just tell me what to roll.
Make me a religion check.
Thank you.
I don't know what you want me to do with that.
Nothing. Do I get a +1 because of the minor boon or no?
No, that's for survival checks.
Okay. I'm hero pointing that.
Sure.
I want to have a good religion roll. Not terrible.
You said you're casting your mind back for more memories that are stuck in this land.
Yeah.
Burning down the hut. It was not just physical, but also metaphorical. A way to, as you said, cleanse the pain of this place. You reach out into the land. Your connection with Aristil. This is as much your home as any other forest in any part of the world. You can still feel like the toxins in the land itself, that it will take time for healing to happen, but you've lanced the boil. And somewhere deep, deep under all of the pain, you see 3 figures appear in front of you in the mist. And you feel one happy moment that happened here. You see the older man standing next to a woman with a very young child in her arms. You see the both of them reaching out toward a plot of land that looks like it might have once been a proper herb garden. And you see magic flowing out of the two of them and causing a bountiful growth of greenery here. And you somehow know that this was the last happy moment that Nugra had before he lost his wife.
Alistair watches as long as he can before he knows that he actually has to keep watch. And he will slowly open his eyes and just stay focused.
As you open your eyes after seeing this sight, and you watch as it kind of dissolves back into the mist, and you go to put your sword away, and you look down at it, and you notice there is a green filigree, little etchings along the spine of the blade, you can tell it's not set yet. It's waiting for a name. You're not going to name a steed, I'm going to make you name the sword.
Oh, fuck. Companion.
You see in Brevik's script this beautiful calligraphy, companion written, and there's what looks like a bit of etched vine in the crossguard. And now you can go ahead and make your perception check.
Perception.
Mm-hmm. Nice, calm, dark night. The chill definitely hits you a little bit as the time is going on. And you have your little lap blanket that would be an entire blanket for Gorby. You notice animals starting to make their way back into this area. You know that it's not fully fixed yet, but every little step that these creatures are taking is one step further than they've been in years, and they can tell that something has changed. But otherwise, your watch passes uneventfully.
He reaches the end and he goes over to Calliope, just watching her for a moment as she rests, thinking of Ophelia, before he gently wakes her.
Good morning.
Almost. It's your turn.
Oh, okay.
He hands her the blanket.
She's just
like this big, yeah. It's the worst feeling getting up out of your bed on a cold morning, but it's still not quite dawn.
Your peats are cold as fuck.
Oh no, my peas.
Your little pizzas.
She puts her peats by the fire.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, I did it blind.
That's fine.
Okay.
You bundle up as best you can in front of the fire, keeping an eye out. It's hard to like both keep your feet warm and also not like ruin your night vision by staring at the fire.
Peats.
Yeah. And you see movement in the trees around you as well. Little animals starting to wake up for the morning. And then you smell something. Something you remember smelling about a week ago or so. That first morning at the trading post. The smell of flowers and incense and just beautiful nature on the air. And you see walk into view Ethereal, the nymph that you saw that night. She's kind of not directly looking at you, just kind of trailing her hand along behind her and looking at where the remnants of the building were, the hut.
Calliope's going to get up and walk over to her. Hello.
She looks over at you with a smile, but there's a bit of pain behind it.
Do you remember me?
Of course I remember you, Calliope. What have you done to this place?
Oh, well, we burned it down because there was bad memories attached to it.
Yes,
We thought it was the best decision.
I can feel it. Soil, the water, the stones here are infused with toxic pain and fear. You have seen where your enemy's journey begins. The one called Stag Lord was once the victim of a cruel madman and has since become one himself. You see now how monsters are born. But what comes of regret for a thing you cannot change?
Those memories, they were very hard to watch.
They're too familiar to me.
Why?
Would you like to hear a fairy tale?
Yeah, I love stories.
Once upon a time, there lived a young nymph. She lived in an enchanted forest where thousands of birds sung night and day, where the sun often left a spark or two hanging in the tree crowns, where the starlight fell on sleepy glades like a glowing soft haze. Her voice is quiet but clear, and you seem to sense the aroma of the forest glades washed with the morning dew, mixing with the odor of spring meadows aflood with blooms. The young nymph loved simple things, like sitting by the stream with her friends, braiding each other's hair and adorning their braids with crystals made of dew, or watching the flowers blooming. But inside her soul, the young nymph dreamed of something more. Dreams. Nothing in any world can live without them. Even a seed that falls in fertile soil cannot sprout without the dream of the sun. Same was true for our nymph. She wished to turn her enchanted forest into a true fairy tale kingdom and fill it with thousands of wonders. But plans so ambitious rarely go unnoticed by greater powers. These greater powers decided to punish the nymph for her boldness. They sent a horrible monster to poison the enchanted forest and kill the singing birds. The nymph was forced to flee. And finally, she found shelter here in the Stolen Lands. Here she hoped to sprout the seeds of a new dream, even as she mourned the dream she'd lost. But then the magic mist appeared, killing everything that lived, and the nymph cast about, desperately searching for help. So far, these are the fairy tale's last words, but I hope this is not the end just yet.
Are you the nymph in that story?
Maybe. Fairy tales, well, there's always something magical about them, because it could be true of anyone and anything. So I could be the nymph, or you could be the nymph.
I am not a nymph.
Maybe not on the outside, but I sense something of that nymph within you. Just a woman looking to enjoy her life free of obligations, where people try to ruin everything that she finds dear.
You know, I told my friends about you, and we're going to help you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She reaches out, and you can't quite feel her hand on your cheek as she places it there, but there's a tingle of magic and the sense of a feeling. And she says, I hope that you help the nymph within you just as much as you help this nymph.
I am learning to.
Then I hope that your fairy tale has a happy ending.
Thank you.
And she starts to walk away. She stops just about at the edge of the clearing and says, Would you want to see me again?
Yeah, I do.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Then I will see you again one day.
Okay. I'll be here in the Stolen Lands. You know where to find me.
I will.
Bye.
And she steps out as the first rays of dawn peek over the horizon, and you hear everyone starting to wake up.
Time is on.
Calliope's just... Sorry.
Go.
Calliope's just standing there looking towards the way that she left.
Everyone wakes up just to see Calliope staring off into the distance.
Is there something there?
The nymph.
Huh?
The nymph. She came back to talk to me.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Don't gaslight her.
I'm sure there was a nymph.
Sometimes
It was the same one that came to me that first time.
Alright.
The grin letter. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
remember
green
talking
one.
about her.
Yeah. Her name was... And she gives them her name.
Are you sure you can trust her?
She seemed very nice.
Nice and kind are two different things.
I mean, I'm not sure, but she seems like she needs help, and we are able to help her. She
Right.
asked me if she wanted if I wanted to see her again, and I said yes.
Do you think that next time that she comes and sees you, the rest of us will be able to see her too?
I promise she's real. She's green and she's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Breakfast and then Stag Lord?
Egg.
Egg.
Egg. Egg.
Egg. Do you want me to give you, can we roll for egg?
Roll for egg.
Roll for egg.
I want to give Calliope aid.
Yeah.
Lore. Survival
Okay.
check or cooking lore.
I have survival, and I'm wearing a cloak, so +1 circumstance, and then the other one is item. +8, let's go.
Hell
You
yeah.
aid. +2.
Those eggs are gonna be
Woo!
so fucking good.
Delicious.
Rolling that one.
Not
Roll
a
it.
spot
+2 to your
around
check,
on them.
Calliope, and then rolling that one.
Rolling that one. Rolling that one.
Okay.
I got it.
17.
Yeah.
They're pretty good eggs.
Pretty good.
There's some new spices that you put in it that really enhance the flavor.
It's ash. It's
It's the
It's
taste
dirt.
of toxic love.
Oh.
I see.
Sorry, too real.
May I?
Hmm?
Juniper is hovering over just like a tiny little tiny cauldron. Looks like she's cooking, but she's not cooking, and just all of a sudden there's just like a of smoke.
Yeah, just a
There's just like ash all over her face. I think I made some alchemist fire.
Oh.
oh.
I do not know what that means, but it sounds great.
You throw it at stuff and it goes boom.
Yeah, that sounds great. I was right. Good instinct.
Wow, you.
instinct Scorpy.
Am I allowed to give my alchemical infusions to other people to hold on to during the day, or is it just a me thing?
I think the idea is that you've made like most of the preparations so that you can just like throw in the last active ingredient and then throw it yourself.
Fair enough.
But I'm not entirely sure.
Later
We'll
problem.
look it up later. Yeah.
Wow, it's almost as if you've gained a feature to something overnight.
Okay. She's actually had this for a
Well.
while.
March to Staglord? Where are we going now?
Alright.
Yeah, you guys, you can take your long rest if you hadn't already.
I would love to do that.
Your morning preparations, daily preparations. For those of you who got new spells, don't forget to assign those.
Should we deal with him? Or should we deal with the other bandit first? Isn't that bandit?
Well,
You have no idea where he could be at this point.
Ah, right. He's just in
just
the green
around.
belt somewhere.
He's fucking somewhere.
Somewhere.
You might find a hint of him at the Staglord's camp. Maybe.
Okay. This
I
dude is being so fucking snuggly tonight. I don't know what's up with him.
I'd like
He's
to
being major baby.
use some
Like to.
string to affix to whatever thing we found and wear it as a necklace so it doesn't get lost.
Sure.
I don't know how
Charm,
big it
sure,
is. Can I
yeah,
like
yeah.
shove it in my shirt so it doesn't nobody can like pick it off me?
Into your cleavage, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Just deep down into the cleavage, yeah. Absolutely. Nobody's gonna get that without breaking some boundaries.
What the fuck did you put in your tits?
The
charm.
charm.
The charm that's gonna
Understood.
let us go through the mist. The fog.
What does any AFAB person have in their tits anyway?
Secrets.
Money.
Looks directly at Alistair's tits.
That's why her boobs are so big. They're full of secrets.
Explains a
And
lot.
confirm. And confirm.
Anyway,
I blush you all the time.
You-
Why?
you
So much.
start to take off for the day. Takes you most of the day to get to where you need to go. You pass by the Fangberry thicket, and then down in the direction of the Stag Lord's fort that you couldn't pass through before. As you reach the wall of mist, you're expecting at any moment to suddenly, just like the last time, find yourself, whoop, we're back looking at the Fangberry thicket. But this time, you find yourself going further into the mist and it kind of parting around you until you eventually see the Stag Lord's fort not immediately in front of you, but you've at least found it and you're looking at it. And nobody from it has seen you yet.
Can Alistair... Because I want to be able to use this. Can I
We have
scout this location, please?
Absolutely.
Thank God.
we have a combat map, Papa.
Not yet.
Oh.
Scout would be
Oh.
a perception, I guess, or warfare skill check. Sure, you're kind of getting the lay of the land and figuring out where the best place to get in is.
Nico, didn't you have some kind of cool feat or something?
Because now that I rolled that, I'm going to get good information about a good place that we can attack, and I'm going to be able to use that as my initiative roll.
Sure.
Damn.
Hold on.
Battle planner, baby.
You might go before me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's this
so
feat.
it's on a small hillock, so it has fairly unobstructed view of everything around it. You can see there is let's see. Where's the description for this damn thing? Sorry, give me just a moment. All right, so you can see there is a narrow path of hard-packed earth that winds up the hillside approaching the Stag Lord's fort. It's about 30 feet wide, 300 feet long, and provides no cover at all. You kind of like take a very long, circuitous route around it to get a vibe of the whole perimeter. You can see that there is another hillside. The remaining hillside that isn't like the path is devoid of shrubbery save for isolated thorny vines. There's a few large boulders that provide cover for a stealthy approach. And with your check, you can see that the guards who are standing at watch don't really seem to be keeping much of an attentive eye on the hillsides. So that might be a good path to go up. You don't know why they're not keeping an eye on it, but, well, it's there.
He relays this information to the group. I think that our best course of action would be to go up hillside and take out the guards quietly to get in.
I will do my best.
Either that or we have a distraction.
I can also do that.
Well,
Oh, I got it. Best distraction. I go up to the front gates, yelling, and I challenge the Stag Lord to one-on-one combat.
no.
No?
No. No.
We could send in time.
I was thinking.
No? But
That is.
Can you like see through his eyes or something?
No,
hold.
you don't have that feature yet.
Okay, I can't remember what it comes with.
I was going to recommend, and he holds up the Stag Lord's amulet. Getting someone to get the guard's attention,
You
pretending to be a hurt.
I can start singing.
you have just sing your way in. You do all have Staglord amulets that you pulled off
Yeah.
of corpses of bandits. You also have most of the delivery of alcohol that was supposed to be for the Staglord that Kressel told you about.
We could disguise ourselves as bandits with the alcohol, and we go in to deliver it, and we are inside the base. How good is everyone at lying?
I'm alright.
I'm pretty
I'm
good at it.
very good at lying. I grew.
You
I'm a
cut off halfway
saleswoman.
through.
What do you think?
We'll be
Actually,
alright.
can
I literally have a feature about lying.
one more thing. Since you were, can I also have Alistair make a perception check as well as his warfare check?
I guess.
Damn.
Good. As you were scouting the perimeter, you couldn't get close enough without like alerting the guards. But on the far side of the hillside, you also noticed, covered mostly by shrubbery and dirt, that there was a trap door outside of the fort on like the southern side of the hillside. So possible secret entrance, back door.
What do you think that we should all do? Go in through the front disguised, or go in through the back door? One-
Front.
I like
Nico?
the back door idea.
Do we want to?
Sorry, your microphone was a little fuzzy. I didn't hear what you said.
Who?
Nico.
Oh, I was saying, do you want to split the party?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
That is a terrible idea.
I feel like we might be better lying our way in than sneaking our way in. This group does not feel like sneaksters.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a word.
There was also one more thing that Kressel told you that I don't remember if you guys remember, but I remember that they had like a passphrase.
Oh shit, what was the passphrase?
By the bloody bones of Saint Gilmore, who wants to know?
I'm pretty good at performance too.
Yeah.
If you want to let me head at performance and deception
I'm
in society, I invested in all of them.
I can
Yeah.
always also just pretend that I don't speak common, because people are. I don't know, it's that goblin that just makes little weird
I
noises.
have
and
an
they like
idea.
fire.
Oh no.
I have an idea to make sure that it makes sense why Gorby is with us.
Time immediately
Oh.
puts his hands over his eyes.
What idea could that possibly be?
Sorry, I was reading something that I will answer in a moment. What if we all went with the wine? And you know how the bandits had captives? Gorby is our captive.
Ooh. That could work.
Don't be mean to him.
No, I'm not going to be mean to him, but what I'm saying is that would make sense. That's why a goblin is,
But what if we go up and
uh-huh.
they're like, okay, we're going to take your captive to our little prison, and then Gorby
I'm very perplexed.
separated from us, and then it all goes to shit.
Well, if we cannot... I think Max is having fucking traumatic flashbacks at the moment.
I'm trying to
I-
convey Gorby's disdain for this idea.
All of us are really good talkers.
What if he's just a really good fighter, which he is? We don't even have to lie about that. And we're like, we brought you another person to be a
What
bandit.
if we disguise him as like a halfling or something?
Jesus looks
I
so
don't know.
Do we have to hide that he's a goblin? He's a goblin.
No, I
Yeah,
don't think we
yeah.
have to
God
hide.
thinks that you might be overthinking this aspect of the it a little bit.
Probably.
Why don't we just go?
Okay.
You haven't explicitly seen any goblin bandits, but there's no reason necessarily to think that they wouldn't recruit a goblin if they were like, yeah, I want to be a bandit.
Just, everybody have your amulet out and then go.
Oh, shit. He looks directly at Calliope, and then he looks directly down at himself. We look way too good to be fucking bandits, I just realized. Shit.
I pick some mud up off the ground and throw it at them.
Do not.
Oh, that's
I
our
did
too
turn.
late. Already
did it.
Hang on.
Both of you immediately just like mud all over like your neck and your clothes. Calliope and Alistair are now covered in mud.
Why did you do that?
Now you could be bandits.
You look. Yeah, you look great.
This is
No.
Oh.
You can clean things later.
Okay.
High society did not like that.
Yeah.
Alistair will remember this.
Vanity did not also.
Calliope
Vanity also
disapproves.
did not like that.
Butterfly effect, Calliope. This will be remembered.
Alright, so with your disguises and mud,
Mm.
you start to make your way to the fort, up the long walkway, clearly displaying your things.
Yeah, we're just fucking
Um,
going through the front door.
As you get close to the front door, about 50 feet out, one of the bandits on guard yells out, "Who goes there?"
What's the secret code phrase, DM?
We say
By the
that.
bloody bones of Saint Gilmore, who wants to know?
I say that.
I want you to say it.
Okay, say it one more time for me, please.
There, it's in the chat. You
Thank God, I can read. By the bloody bones of fucking Saint Gilmore, who wants to know?
You're looking at it and you almost fucked it up. He doesn't say much of anything. He just does it. All right, fine. Where have you been? Why are you back here?
Goes the wine.
We've got a
Oh.
delivery for you. I thought you'd be more grateful.
I'm sure the Stag Lord will be. Yeah, give us just a moment. We'll open the door. There's a brief moment, and then you hear like a winch being pulled as the door starts to like fall down like a bridge, but there's no moat around it. You see, there's a fair few people standing about. Most of them are on guard on the palisades. But there's like you can see a couple of horses in a stable nearby, and as you walk in, they winch the gate back up. after a moment, you hear the guard speaking to like one of the other guards, like they brought the alcohol. It's a bit late, but they brought it. And after a brief moment, you see this individual come out of the main building. Not really like running up to you, but you can't see anything beneath the mask, but you can hear like the joy almost in his words that finally, may be late, but oh, I've been waiting for this delivery. Go on, give it over.
Oh, there's the welcome I was hoping for. Of course.
I'm not allowed to romance this.
Shut the fuck
And now
up.
you understand, Rada.
He takes it and he points to one of the more sturdy looking bandits and says, Akiros, pay these fine people a bonus of 5 coins each. And takes the bag of alcohol and goes back into his room. You hear someone say, yeah, fine. And you see someone walking down the steps, walks up to all of you and immediately freezes as he sees...
Alistair is also frozen.
Looking at Alistair.
Gorby smiles so wide under his little mask.
There's a brief confusion among the bandits that are all like looking at each other like, what's going on? And he seems to shake his head and say, here for a job well done. And hands it out to Alistair.
Well, thanks ever so much, darling. I know. He's pretty. He makes everybody stop in their tracks, don't he?
Thank you.
You should see
You're welcome.
the people he's been with on the road. You'd have no idea.
They're not listening to you at all. They are just deadlocked with each other.
I'm trying to distract the others, not them.
Sure, yeah. I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, I'm running. No, I'm running. I'm trying to run interference.
Yeah,
None of
this
you
is
have seen this guy before.
Oh, this
Where's
isn't
the
the guy
big-
whose shins we broke in the beginning and let go?
Nope.
Oh, okay, that's who I thought it was.
Nope.
Damn. That's a bummer. Okay. Gorby is not smiling super wide then, because that's who I thought it was.
No, it is not. He.
Do you know what that means,
Pockets
right,
it.
Gorby?
Alistair's
Portions
hands are
for breaking.
shaking as he's putting his hand in his pockets.
Only counts if it's the captain's.
Where do we put this?
He looks at all the other bandits who are standing around, just like, what are you clods looking at? Go back to your watches. As he yells, you hear a snarl from behind you, and behind you, in like this main part of the building, you see this gate, and behind it, you see a somewhat familiar creature. You see an owlbear that is locked up in a cage.
Mm.
Is it a baby?
Akiros is
Mm.
not a baby owlbear, but like probably an adolescent.
Gorby would like to roll
It's
some
gonna
kind of
be our
perception
new
check.
best friend.
I know. As soon as I saw that it was in there, I was like, oh, they're gonna try and befriend this damn thing, aren't they?
Oh, that's not what I was going to do.
Oh, you were gonna make another owlbear coat?
No, I was going to let it go.
That's
Hold on.
possible. Possible. Sorry.
What?
You ever imagine that you could do anything?
It's, what were you gonna do, Gorby? Sorry.
Oh, I wanted to know if I could do some kind of perception check on the cage to see if there's a way to, I don't know, easily let the owl bear out so he'd go on a rampage.
It looks like an old portcullis. You don't need to make any kind of perception check. It's meant to keep an animal in. It's very obvious. You just like pull the winch at the side and it opens up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Akiros is kind of like looking about as all the rest of the bandits leave, and it's like, why don't we go and talk somewhere?
I think that would be a great idea.
You guys
Downstairs?
go. We're gonna stay right there.
Alistair, do you want me to go with you?
No, I think we should talk. Yeah, lead the way, Kiros.
He walks to there's a kind of like a escape hatch in the bottom right hand corner of this building that he takes you down into a cellar type area, leaving the rest of you behind, unless you're just going to follow them.
It sounded like he didn't want us to follow him.
I was gonna follow him.
When has that ever stopped anyone from following someone?
Yeah, and I think
Rhea is running interference, and any of the bandits that's looking too interested, she immediately starts flirting with them.
Gorby would like to start challenging people to arm wrestling matches that do not look like they're
Absolutely.
on guard duty.
Yeah, the two of us can run interference if you guys want to snoop.
Yeah. While you guys are running interference, like, you hear at some point while you're doing that an extremely loud belch from the Stag Lord's quarters. And Calliope and Juniper are following them into the cellar, or
Yeah, I guess so. Well, as far as we can go without being seen.
make stealth checks.
I go, well,
Yeah, I'm very bad at stealth, unfortunately.
Oh, the sweet baby.
Oh, okay.
can I use a hero point?
Yes,
Oh
you
my
can.
god.
Really?
Yikes.
you
How does it
have
feel, Cor?
you have a potion of invisibility, my good fuck.
My good
Or-
You
fuck.
actually give it to me?
Cork, how does it
Yes,
No, yeah, I
you
did.
did.
how does it feel, Cork?
I
Ah,
I don't think this
Still
is anywhere near that.
At least it wasn't 2 nat ones.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, at least you. Hey, no matter what, at least you didn't murder another party member.
He leads you down into the cellar, which feels miserably damp. There's greasy swaths of mold caking the carved stone walls and floor. The ceiling, 15 feet overhead, is thick with cobwebs. 3 archways in the walls open into other rooms, all of which are filled with mounds of crates, furs, sacks, weapons, and other presumably stolen loot. He goes to like close the hatch, and just like Juniper, you get your foot stuck in it, and he just like slams it on your foot by mistake.
Shh, you got to be quiet.
You will have to like listen here at the hatch to hear anything, probably.
does Calliope get in, or is it both side?
I don't think they have the opportunity to get in because of Juniper's failed stealth roll. So they
That's
can
valid.
maybe like listen at the door, the
Okay.
proverbial door, but he just takes a few steps into the room, and he looks like he wants to lean against a wall, but then notices that it is just covered in mold and just instead stands kind of in the middle of the room with his arms crossed.
Alistair grabs him and slams him against the wall.
You don't want to talk it out or anything?
No, I just wanted that because that felt real good.
I'm sure it did. Might have broken one of my ribs already, so
Oh,
good on
that-
you.
So this is where you went?
What do you think I was going to wind up?
Hopefully dead.
You know, there's some days I wish I was, but Aristotle didn't decide to let me die, so...
So now you're someone's bitch? Is that the consensus right now?
Could put it like that. weren't many choices left to me.
Well, when you made a dumbass decision like that and decided to kill one of your own, I suspect, yes, that might be the case. Have you spoken to anyone in Lebeda since?
No. Because they betrayed me, just like I betrayed you. Fucking hate politics, you know that?
Well, you played it well enough.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Why?
Why what? Sorry, bad joke. Fell in love with a woman. She was a commoner. They told me that if I killed one little noble, that they would let me marry her. And that they would pay for us to move somewhere outside of Rossland and we would be able to be happy. Instead, I came back and they had slit her throat, and I had to run. They never intended to let me do anything. I was supposed to lead my family, and instead, because I made one mistake, they cut me loose. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? How many men have you killed for House Regarvi, huh? 100? 1,000?
Lost count. Doesn't matter.
I regret doing that to you, and points at your eye. But I wouldn't have changed it if I could do it again. If I had known that she would have been waiting for me like they promised, I would have done it again in a heartbeat. But instead I have nothing. And now I'm stuck out here in the stolen lands, surrounded by the worst of society, led by a drunkard. Who comes down here and beats his father every night. Want revenge? Sure, go ahead. I won't even stop you. Right now, I could care less. But if you all are here to take care of the Stag Lord, you're willing to put it aside for at least a little bit of time, maybe we can come to an accord and kill this bastard. Consider it my way of making amends.
Do you still have the weapon?
Pulls the sword at his side and hands it out.
That's it. Clean.
Old habits die hard, even among bandits. If your weapon breaks, you have nothing.
It might be clean, but his blood will forever stain it. Fine.
Just
We
as
are
it
here.
will always stain yours.
He punches the wall right next to his head. We will help you. Because we are here to kill him. And kill his father as well.
Good. Since you
And
brought
if-
him his alcohol, did you think to poison it or anything like that?
No, we were planning on doing a surprise attack while he was in a drunken stupor. No, we did not poison it.
That works too, I guess. Usually it takes him about an hour to get so pissed drunk that he can't move about as much as he usually does.
That's when we strike. We wait for the snores and then we go in.
Still has a lot of backup. I'm one of his lieutenants. He's got 2 more, about a half a dozen other bandits as well.
Fine. We will tell the others what you told me. We will form a plan. Once this is over, when we secure the land,
Do what you
you will
want
be
with me.
allowed to make a house.
That's it.
Do you want gold as well? What do you mean? That's it.
I take your eye and you just give me a house. No revenge, nothing.
After that night, you did not just take my eye. You took the ability for me to fight. You took away my well-being. You took away my sanity, and you took him away as well. But, in that, I managed to find someone that I love this family and form a family of my own. And had that not happened, I would not have a daughter and a granddaughter and a son. So yes, I will give you a house so that way you can fail or succeed on your own accord. And if you are needed to help us form battle plans, then you will come at my beck and call. Is that understood?
There.
I don't forgive you.
Be very surprised if you did. In fact, I simply wouldn't believe you if you did. Aristotle is known for many things, but forgiveness is not one of his tenets.
But also, revenge is not as well.
Going to be a paladin, you know.
You?
I was.
To who?
Aristotle.
Well, I think murdering your own family kind of... But yeah, that one.
Didn't say I was going to be a good paladin.
I
Get back
suppose.
up before they think that one of us has murdered the other.
Yes, I should probably introduce you. I told them your name.
So
I told them what you did.
So I can expect a few more punches then.
No. What you'll expect is people who are incredibly protective.
I don't
don't
know, the
step in.
tiefling seemed very, very punchy.
She's got her quirks. Just let's go. And he looks his age again.
The door slams open right in front of like Juniper and Calliope's noses.
Ah! Oh. Ouch.
Did you hear enough?
Yeah.
We couldn't hear anything.
She's a bad liar.
Juniper Calliope.
What?
I'm a Kyros.
Hello, I'm Calliope.
This is the man who used a bear claw to gouge out my eye.
I hold out my hand for a handshake. Does he take
He narrows
it?
his eyes and kind of like puts his hand out for the handshake.
I go to grab it and
He's
then just like
expecting whatever it
quickly
is.
I slap him. Like I slapped Alice.
She does that. She did that to me.
Good
She
one,
did that to
Jennifer.
me. It's fine.
Don't hurt my friends.
You want to kill the Stag Lord or not?
That's why we're here.
Then be quiet about it, and we'll get your friends and wait a little while, and we'll ambush him when he's pissed drunk.
Okay.
He's no pushover, but he's deadlier with the bow. If we can get up close and personal, he'll be at a disadvantage.
Certainly don't know what that's like. Let's get the goblin and the tiefling gathered.
You just hear, even as you're saying this, you hear like a cheer from the backyard, and you see Gorby just having absolutely destroyed someone in an arm wrestling match.
Rhea's
There's a-
playing hype music for it on her ocarina.
There's a small pile of like coins of people betting against him. Who's next?
They're all like kind of looking to the side, like you've beaten every single one of them at this point, and none of they're like,
He's-
no, I don't want to lose anymore.
He sees Alistair and the other guy come out and he's like, Lou!
I'll pass. I don't gamble.
Oh, wait.
Well,
Calliope pushes him.
No. Ugh.
On her ocarina, Rhea just goes. "Dur, dur, dur, dur."
Gets down in front of Gorby.
Alistair's leaning on Calliope.
Go ahead and
Aw.
make an athletics check.
Oh, me?
no, me.
No,
Oh,
Gorby.
Oh, I was like,
Uh,
I just push him. That's it.
It's a kind of close thing. He holds his own for a little bit, but eventually Gorby just. Strong little bastard, aren't you?
Yes, apparently the strongest. Let's go fight that drunk guy. I bet he's good at that.
I'm sure he is. And as you all get ready to ambush the Stag Lord, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. The drama. Not as much drama as Saturday, though. Am I right? Am I right?
That's okay. I don't want to meet that level of trauma.
Not
Thanks
yet.
for joining us for another Horny Monday.
Still on the record, it was not my idea.
We
No,
will
you're
see
good.
you next week.
Yay.
Enjoy your week, and we shall ours. And happy Valentine's Day.
Yay, happy
I'm gonna
Valentine's
drink
Day.
with my animals.
The best Valentine. Bye.